So we're going to begin the semester with a sketchbook assignment that is going to introduce to you one of our key techniques we'll be using in the class. And this assignment is simple in its design, but it's meant to introduce a technique that if you haven't covered already in Drawing 1 or in whatever drawing class you took most recently, you need to be familiar with in order to draw accurately from the figure. So you're going to begin by selecting drawings from 10 artists that I'm assigning to you. I want you to only use the 10 artists that I have selected. I've selected 2 artists from the Renaissance, 2 artists from the Rococo period, 2 modern artists, 2 postmodern artists, and 2 contemporary artists. And these are all artists who make figure drawings. They're easy to find online, and they are going to be good examples for you to use for this assignment. Once you've printed out your images, and you can print them out black and white, you're going to cut out your figures, and you don't have to cut out right along the contour. In fact, it'd be better if you leave a little bit of the background. You're going to cut them out and then glue them into your sketch pad. You don't get glue in your kits, you have to get glue from somewhere else, and in fact for this I would actually suggest a glue stick. So you're going to glue your cutout drawing onto the left side of your sketchbook, and then you're going to leave the right side open for another assignment. You need to have available some type of straight edge. A ruler is fine, a protractor or triangle. And you need your red color pencil and your green color pencil, which are in your kits. In the class, we're going to be using bamboo kebab sticks as a tool for sighting angles and associations between major landmarks on the figure. A landmark would be something like an elbow, or you could even say something like the heel or the eye. So these are landmarks that are on the figure. And what we do in class is we will use the bamboo stick as a way to visually sight the angle between those landmarks. We then, after visually sighting that angle, redraw that angle on our drawing, and then use our stick to check the angle that we've drawn with the angle that we see. For this project, we're going to be looking at both exterior and interior associations. So what you're going to do is you're going to use your red pencil for interior associations and your green pencil for your exterior associations. So you're going to find landmarks, for instance, the relationship of the elbow here to the exterior of the hip here. And then you're just going to draw a line between those associations, or those landmarks. Here, between the bottom of the buttock and the heel. Here, between what is the little toe and the big toe. The association here between the knee and the big toe. Oops, I just lost part of my drawing. That's why a glue stick is better, because the printer paper doesn't hold up very well with the wet glue. Here, between the tip of this index finger and the knee, this elbow perhaps to the back of the head, this finger to the forehead, and even something like the chin to the thumb. Now you see what we've created as well are negative spaces between the contours of our forms and the lines that we've drawn, and that's useful and helpful for us in future reference. So I want you to go around and find the exterior points or exterior landmarks that you can connect. After finding exterior relationships, and I would like you to find, if you can, 10 exterior relationships. But if you can't find 10, that's okay. Not every figure will have perhaps such a complex arrangement of the figure. But after finding exterior, then I want you to try to find interior relationships. These would be things like, for instance, the relationships between the shoulders, so your two scapulas. The relationship, for instance, between the eyes. You could also look at the relationship between, say, pupil in the corner of the mouth. You could look at the tip of the nose to the chin. You could look at the relationship, for instance, of the ear to the shoulder. Shoulder to elbow. Relationship between the two elbows themselves. Relationship between elbow and knee. Relationship between the elbow and, for instance, a little finger. Elbow to heel. You can look at relationship between the ankles. Relationship between the two knees. You're just going to have to sort of gauge based on what I understand of the human form, but it should be something around there. You can also look at things like the back of the ear to this elbow. Now, this may seem arbitrary, but in a way what I'm doing is picking points that I think are important and finding their relationship to other points. The amount of places that you can find those arrangements and associations is, very large, and that's great. The more relationships you can find, the better, but to avoid things from getting cluttered, I would just like you to focus on about 10. So you're going to use the green pencil to find exterior relationships between landmarks, and the red pencil to find interior relationships to the landmarks. You must use a straight edge of some kind, and if you don't have a ruler or a protractor or a triangle, then you can always use a folded up piece of paper that's folded nice and straight. So our focus with this little project is to look at the associations and learn to see angles between major landmarks on the figure.